We have several reports tonight. Josh Einiger at the scene of the shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania, and investigative reporter Dan Krauth with a closer look at the security lapse. But we begin with Eyewitness News reporter CeFaan Kim and pick for a vice presidential nominee. CeFaan.
Well, Bill, it was a fairly public vetting process to pick his VP, described by party insiders as the apprentice on steroids. Sources say this came down to the wire, and it came down to chemistry. That and the former president wanted to pass the baton. At 39 years old, J.D. Vance is seen as one of the faces of the future of the GOP. Former never-Trumper and current Republican Senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance, stepping out onto the floor of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee for the first time as former President Trump's VP pick.
America First is not just a slogan. It's his North Star. He has followed it every moment of his life and career. He knows what it's like to live in poverty, forgotten by Washington politicians. He is dedicated to ensure that no American is ever forgotten again.
It was the pick the former president's son, Donald Jr., had been pushing for. Sources say he saw Vance as a man who would not stab his father in the back, a reference to former Vice President Mike Pence.
I'm super excited because I know the man, I know the character, I know his resolve. There's no weaknesses there. I'm incredibly excited. JD's become a really good friend of mine over the last few years. I think he helps us across the board in so many of the swing states that are going to be so critical. J.D.
Vance was elected to the Senate in 2022 after defeating former Democratic Congressmember Tim Ryan for an open seat in Ohio. He joined the Marine Corps after high school and later graduated from Yale. He wasn't always a Trump ally. In 2016, Vance once suggested Trump could be, quote, America's Hitler. He changed his tune ahead of his Senate run and secured Trump's endorsement in what was a chaotic Republican primary. Now he's one of Trump's staunchest supporters.
The stakes are simple. The president said it well. We got to get out there and run up the score on these guys because we need to win, and we need to win big.
Vance personifies tomorrow's GOP, a populist conservative who rejects many traditional Republican views. He supports tariffs on trade and opposes U.S. intervention in foreign conflicts, particularly the war between Russia and Ukraine. He introduced a ban gender-affirming care for minors and a bill that would eliminate diversity programs in the federal government. He opposes abortion, but like other Republicans, after Ohio voted in favor of abortion access last year, he has modified his position. He now supports access to abortion drugs. President Biden, meanwhile, late this afternoon as he was leaving the White House, asked about Trump's VP pick.
He's a clone of Trump on the issues. A clone of Trump on the issues. So I don't see any difference.
Now, meanwhile, just yesterday, several Democrats pushed back against a Vance social media post that blamed the assassination attempt on the Biden campaign, saying that rhetoric led directly to the shooting. Democrats saying Vance's post should disqualify him from becoming the VP pick. Bill?